1 a.m. Room 303 suddenly sent a message in the group chat, bad mood. Feel like killing someone. I joked, remember to take pictures. A moment later, a photo appeared in the chat. A girl, hacked in two, lying in a pool of blood. Room 303, bad shot. Already killed her. Holy shit. I was so scared I almost fell out of bed. Did you really kill someone? This girl lived upstairs in 302, right next to 303. She was really quiet. I just saw her downstairs yesterday. Now she was on her balcony, literally hacked in two. This was way too horrifying. The group chat went dead silent. No one dared to say anything. After a long silence, a few messages started to trickle in. Room 402. What do you mean? Room 403, it's the middle of the night. Don't make jokes like that. It's not funny at all. Room 501, are you psycho? Photoshopping a pic just to scare people. We were about to graduate. Anyone who found an internship had already moved out. Now, only a few people were left in the whole of Dorm 5. Looking at the photo in the chat, a chill ran down my spine. It had to be fake, right? Who kills someone and then brags about it everywhere? The chat quickly decided it was a prank. Everyone started piling on room 303. Room 303 didn't explain. Instead, she sent another smiley face in the chat, feeling much better now. After that, no matter what anyone said, she didn't show up again. The atmosphere started to feel off. People in the chat asked her, but she didn't reply. Room 403, can someone go check on 302? Or call her? Room 301, DMed her. No reply. Room 402, stop playing dead. If you don't come out, I'm calling the cops. Room 501 angrily asked, are you having one of your episodes again? You want me to beat your ass? After a lot of accusations, Room 303 finally reappeared. She sent a pouting emoji and said, my bad. I thought she realized she shouldn't make such terrifying jokes late at night and was admitting her mistake. But then, she followed up in the chat, I'd do it again next time, hehe. I was stunned. Dare to do what again? Dare to pull such an absurd prank? Or, dare to kill again? The more I looked at it, the more that hehe felt utterly chilling. I instinctively reached for my phone to call the police. Another message popped up in the chat. It was room 302, the one who was supposedly killed. Just looking at some files. I'm fine. 303 is just messing around. With that, 302 even posted a photo of herself looking at a tablet and taking notes. Room 402 was annoyed. 303 is such a troublemaker, joking about stuff like this. She made me call the cops. Room 302, cancel it. I just saw the messages. Don't bother the police. Room 402 angrily, I don't know what 303 is playing at. So annoying. Room 403, tell me about it. She's such a pain. Room 501, I'll teach her a lesson later, see if she dares to do it again. Room 402, yeah, teach her a lesson. Room 303 just kept playing dead, not coming out to apologize. I grew suspicious at 303, why aren't you saying anything? Right after I sent that message. Room 202 next door suddenly DMed me. Don't say anything in the group chat. That wasn't photoshopped. 303 really killed 302. Staring at the messages on my phone, I was stunned. 202. You? Why are you making jokes like this too? I'd split orders with 202 before we knew each other pretty well. Room 202 insisted, I'm not kidding. 302 is really dead. My balcony is covered in blood. Room 202 shared a photo with me. Her balcony was covered in dripping, mottled, thick bloodstains. It was terrifying. Room 202, it's 302's blood. She lives right above me. 303 killed her. The blood flowed down from her balcony. I gripped my phone tightly. She really killed her? Room 202, I don't know for sure. I'm guessing. Otherwise, where would all this blood come from? Room 202, anyway, don't pop up in the group chat. I just told our teacher. He lives on the first floor and said he'd go up and check. I could tell 202 was panicking. The teacher, alerted by a student, had also seen the group chat messages. He appeared in the chat and warned, 303, next time you have a meltdown, do it somewhere else. If you're sick, go see a doctor. Don't disturb other students in the chat. Room 303 replied obediently, okay, sir. Teacher, psycho. I watched the conversation in the chat. Then switched back to my DMs with 202. I asked, did the teacher go check? Room 202, not sure. He hasn't messaged me back. Maybe he hasn't seen his phone. Me, but he was just talking in the group chat. Room 202, huh? Then I'll call him. Just as she said that, a phone started ringing right outside in the hallway. The voice-activated lights in the corridor lit up. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. It was the teacher's old, cheesy ringtone. I'd even complained to 202 before about how old-fashioned it sounded. This somewhat cheerful ringtone, suddenly sounding from outside my door, seemed so harsh and unsettling. My heart tightened. The ringing got closer, slowly drifting from the end of the hallway. It finally stopped right outside my door. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. The ringtone echoed through the whole corridor, the sound forcing its way through the crack under my door. Someone messaged in the group chat. Room 301, sounds like the teacher is on the second floor. I can hear his phone ringing. Room 403, I hear it too. It's so late, is he still up? Room 402, probably got woken up. Pulling this crap in the middle of the night. I don't know what 303 is thinking. So annoying. Room 501, if you ask me, don't go easy on her. You guys are taking her too seriously. Killing someone? Does she even have the guts? I wanted to say something in the chat. But then I remembered 202 saying 303 might have killed someone, and I kept my mouth shut. I turned and DM'd 202, the teacher's here. Did you hear him? 202 didn't reply. Me, what are you doing? Did you hear the phone ringing outside? Still no response from 202. I sent a few more messages. Was that you calling him? Why is it still ringing? Did he pick up? Did you see my messages? Reply to me. 202 was silent for a long time. I noticed her status showed typing. But after a while, she only sent one word, don't. Don't what? I was about to ask. Suddenly, I saw she retracted the message. At the same time, the phone outside stopped ringing. The hallway fell silent again. The voice-activated lights went out one by one. A cold night breeze seeped in through the window at the end of the corridor, making a whimpering sound. My palms were sweating. I slowly walked towards the door. Click. The doorknob suddenly turned. The hallway lights came on again. Click, click. Click, click, click. I froze in terror. A long, twisted shadow seeped in from under the door. I instinctively backed away. Hiding in the corner. From where I was, I could only see a pair of dark eyes peering into the room through the crack in the door. I didn't dare to breathe. I shrank further into the blind spot, praying he wouldn't see me. That can't be right. Someone spoke outside. The doorknob was twisted a few more times. When the eyes disappeared from the crack, I immediately pulled out my phone and opened my chat with 202. The person in the hallway isn't the teacher. He's heading to your room now. Don't open the door. Before I could send it, a message came from 202, why aren't you in your dorm room? Not in my room? Why would she ask that? How did she know if I was there or not? I walked to the door, my heart pounding harder. Looking at the dark crack of the door, the hallway outside was pitch black. I didn't dare look out through the crack. I was afraid of meeting those terrifying eyes. I carefully pressed my ear to the door and listened for a moment. Outside in the hallway, there was an intermittent sound. Like something being dragged across the floor, again and again. It was coming from 202's direction. Bang! Then a loud thud. 202's door closed. I asked 202, what are you doing? 202, nothing. Me, what are you dragging? 202 paused for a moment, mopping the floor. Steeling myself, I tried to video call her. She didn't answer. 202, lights off. Me, turn on the lights. Let me see you. 202 went silent again. I pressed, you called the teacher. What did he say? Did he answer? 202, he answered. He said it's nothing. He answered. I was bewildered. Me, what did he say? 202, he said it's nothing, just stay in our rooms. Nothing? I glanced at my phone. Then I called the teacher. I expected the call to be disconnected. But to my surprise, the call actually went through. On the other end, the teacher's voice came through, hello. Teacher. I had just started to speak. When the teacher cut me off, can't hear you. My signal's bad here. Me, I wanted to ask about 302. Teacher, I'll call you back later. The call was disconnected. I didn't give up. I called the teacher again. Hello, can't hear you. My signal's bad here. I'll call you back later. What did that mean? On the other end, the teacher hoarsely repeated the same words. I called again. Hello, can't hear you. My signal's bad here. I'll call you back later. The phone beeped and disconnected. I didn't have the courage to dial again. What was terrifying was that new messages had appeared in the group chat. Teacher, I just went up and checked. 302 is fine. It was 303 playing a prank. I've already scolded 303. 303 really didn't kill 302, okay? Everyone, don't panic. Just stay in your rooms. At the end, he even asked 303. 303 also obediently said, sorry, I was just talking nonsense earlier. I didn't kill 302, really I didn't, okay? After saying that, 303 also asked 302. 302 explained, 303 really didn't kill me, okay? The messages in the group chat popped up one by one, exuding a complete sense of horror and strangeness. Below were a few scattered replies, all blaming 303, saying she shouldn't have played such a prank late at night. After the teacher reassured everyone for a bit, he asked in the chat, what about the others? Is everyone in their rooms? 202 was the first to reply, here. 402, woken up, can't sleep. 501, just lay down. The teacher then asked a few other people in the chat. What about you guys? In your rooms? 403 popped up, here. Just binge watching a show. Teacher, okay. What about 301? 301 didn't say anything. The teacher asked her a few more times. Still no sign of 301. After a while, the teacher asked me again, "Are you in your room?" Staring at my phone screen, I didn't know when, but cold sweat was already dripping from the tip of my nose. The entire group chat was very quiet. Not a single person was talking. Only the teacher was constantly asking me. I didn't dare to reply. More people in the chat started asking me, "Are you there? Are you there? Are you there?" My hands were shaking uncontrollably. Just then, my phone buzzed. I looked down. It was a message from 301. 301, don't let them know you're in your room. Just now in the chat, no matter how many times the teacher asked her, 301 hadn't said a word. I thought she just hadn't seen the messages. Turns out, like me, she had also sensed something was wrong and was deliberately hiding. Me, what did you find out? 301, look closely. Those few people talking in the chat, they've been constantly trying to get you and me to reveal our locations. I scrolled up through the chat history. First, it was the teacher stepping up to clarify. "Teacher, I just went up and checked. 302 is fine." It was 303 playing a prank. I've already scolded 303. 303 really didn't kill 302, okay? Everyone, don't panic. Just stay in your rooms. Then 303 also admitted her mistake. 303, sorry, I was just talking nonsense earlier. I didn't kill 302, really I didn't, okay? 302 corroborated. 302 explained, 303 really didn't kill me, okay? They were all clarifying that 303 didn't kill 302. I knew it. Where this conversation was weird. If it's a clarification, an emphasis, the tone should be serious, so why would they use a cutesy, almost whiny tone like really didn't, okay? And the teacher, 302, and 303 all used the same tone. As if they'd planned it. 301, they're the same person. I continued scrolling down the chat history. After that, it was them collectively asking me. 301, you realized something's wrong, didn't you? 303 who initially said she wanted to kill, 302 who was supposedly killed, they're all suspicious. And the teacher, he said he went up to check, but I was standing by my door the whole time and didn't hear anyone go upstairs at all. Me, he didn't go up. 301, no. I'm right by the stairwell. If someone came up, I couldn't possibly not hear it. Even the lights in the third floor hallway never turned on. Me, then what about 202? Why is 202 echoing them too? Just a while ago, she was like you, warning me not to talk in the group chat. 301 was silent for a moment on her end. Suddenly said, do you think 202 is still 202? Her words made the hairs on my neck stand up. Me, what do you mean? Are you saying 202 also? 301, 202 contacted me too. Me, what did she tell you? 301 went silent again. I pressed, tell me. What did she tell you? 301 status showed typing. After a long time, she slowly asked, are you still 203? I took a deep breath, I am. 301, how do you prove it? I hesitated for a moment. She initiated a video call. I was just about to answer. Suddenly, I thought of something. I quickly typed, what about you? Are you still 301? No response from her end. I sent a voice message, I'm 203. What about you? Are you still 301? Say something. This time, 301 fell into a long silence. And just then, 202 messaged me again. Why aren't you replying in the group chat? You're not in your room? Where are you? Can I come find you? I looked towards my door. How would 202 know I wasn't in my room? Or rather, why would she think I wasn't in my room? I hadn't mentioned it to her. Me, you just called the teacher, did he answer? I tried hard to calm myself. If she didn't speak, I'd keep asking. Me, what's wrong? Didn't you just call the teacher up here? What did he tell you? 202. Didn't you see what he said? Me, I didn't see. 202, he said in the group chat that he went to the 3rd floor and checked, and nothing happened. Me, is that what he told you? 202, yes, he said nothing happened, hee. Me, then what about the blood on your balcony? 202 sent a photo. On the balcony, dark red bloodstains were glaring. This time, it wasn't just the balcony, even the dorm room floor was covered in blood. 202, is it blood? I don't know. Why don't you come over and see? I was horrified. He killed 202. 202, I'll find you, 203. My phone kept buzzing. Messages from 301 popped up one after another. Stay in your room. I've already called the police. They'll be here soon. Don't trust the teacher. Don't trust 202. After hesitating for a moment, I asked, 301, then how can I trust you? 301 was typing, again. But for a long time, no message came. Again. Me, what are you hesitating about? You're not 301. Right? 301 didn't hide it anymore. Hee, you found me out. I was terrified, 303. You're 303. 301 now revealed as 303, shoo, nobody knows who I am. The group chat had descended into chaos. 403 was frantically sending messages. What's going on? Why is it so noisy in the hallway? Can someone go out and look? I'm too scared. Who's out there? Who is it? 403 shared a video in the group chat. 403's door lock was shaking constantly, making clicking sounds. Just as she, trembling, tried to move the camera towards the crack in the door. Thwack! A dagger stabbed right through the door crack. Along with a scream from 403. The screen went black. No more messages from her. The camera flashed for a second, showing crimson bloodstains in the hallway outside. 501 frantically asked, what happened? Are you okay? 501, say something. Why is no one talking? 501, 402, go check what happened to 403. The entire dorm 5. Only a few people lived there. The first floor was the teacher who hadn't left campus yet. The second floor was me in 203, and 202. As for the creepiest ones, 303, as well as 302 and 301, all lived on the 3rd floor. The 4th floor housed 402 and 403, who were studying for grad school. Only 501 lived on the 5th floor. 501 was constantly asking people in the chat, telling them to go upstairs and look. She was that kind of person. From the first day of freshman orientation, she'd always been selfish, ordering people around as if it were her right. No one paid attention to 501. 501 raged in the chat, stop playing dead. Go to the 4th floor now and see what the hell happened. 501, 303, did you hear me? 501, not replying to me? You wanna die, huh? The chat was terrifyingly quiet. By this point, anyone who dared to speak in the chat was either fearless or already dead. The living ones all knew. Someone had infiltrated the chat. Using other people's avatars, watching everyone's every move from behind the screen. It was also possible the killer was one of the people in the chat. A terrifying thought arose. Could it be that 202 and 301 were both lying to me? They hadn't called the police at all. It was the psycho killer buying time, planning to kill everyone. Realizing this, I frantically called the police. The emergency call connected. I told the operator about the situation here, but what she said on the other end plunged me back into confusion. The operator told me they had already received a call, and the police were already on their way. Finally, she told me to stay in my room and ensure my safety as much as possible. Leaning against the corner, looking at my phone, I was enveloped in a huge trap. What on earth? What was going on? 202? 301? They hadn't lied to me? They really called the police? But they were clearly so strange, not even daring to send a voice message to prove their identity. Or perhaps someone else called the police? 501 was now going crazy in the chat, desperately asking everyone one by one. After a long period of no replies, 501 said resentfully, "No one's talking. Is everyone dead?" After she said that, the group chat, which had been frighteningly silent, stirred. 303 asked, "Why aren't you in your room?" 501 ignored her and cursed instead. 303, "You're playing fucking dead, aren't you? I told you to go to the 4th floor and check, why didn't you go?" 303 just asked coldly, "Where are you?" This one sentence immediately sent a cold sweat down my back. And 501 also seemed to realize something. "I'm in my room." 303, "Liar." 501, "Who are you calling a liar? Forgot how I beat your ass? Huh?" Responding to 501 was a video shot by 303. The video was shot in a dorm room. There was a photo of 501 by the bed, and posters of celebrities she liked. The deadliest part was, in the video, someone was holding a knife, viciously stabbing 501's bed and pillow. While asking in confusion, "Where is she? Where is she?" The video ended abruptly. Dark, ominous text from 303 appeared in the chat. 501, "Where are you? Where are you? I'm coming for you." What 501 was feeling, I had no idea. My own feeling, however, was utter terror. 303, 501, "Where are you?" 302, 501, "Why aren't you talking?" 402, 501, "Where are you?" 403, 501, "Where are you hiding? Is it the utility room?" They were all looking for 501. After a short while, 301, "She didn't run off, did she?" 302, "Couldn't be, right?" 402, "Where could she run to?" 403, "Exactly. The windows all have security bars. She can't climb out." 303, "Then where could she have gone?" Just then, the teacher posted a photo in the group chat. It was the locked iron gate on the 1st floor. "Teacher, don't worry. No one can get out." 202 also chimed in, "This is getting more and more fun." Then every one of them posted a snickering emoji in the chat. Except for 501 and me. 501 also knew that the people talking in the chat now couldn't be trusted. Her only choice was me. But she didn't contact me right away. She was hesitating, weighing her options, and she was scared. After quite a while, the group chat fell silent again. I had a faint premonition. This was the calm before the storm. The air was thick with impending doom. The entire dorm 5 had become a slaughterhouse. After a while, 501 contacted me. She could only turn to me. 501, 203, are you there? Are you there? I didn't reply. Because through the crack in the door, those eyes had appeared again. He tilted his head, his two lifeless, gray eyes peering in through the door crack. I cowered in the corner, watching the constant messages from 202 on my phone. You're not in your room? How could you not be? Are you hiding? You're so smart. When those eyes slowly retreated and the footsteps outside fell silent again. Only then did I reply to 501. By now, 501 was frantic. What are you doing? Did you see the messages in the group chat? Talk. Say something. You wanna die too? Talk to me, damn it. Just as I was grimly looking at the chat screen on my phone, the screen suddenly lit up. Damn it. 501 was actually calling me. Didn't she know there was a psycho killer outside? Any tiny sound would attract his attention. Luckily, I had put my phone on silent earlier. I immediately hung up the call. Before I could question her. 501's message had already popped up. Why didn't you answer my call? Me, what do you want? 501, I want you to go out right now and see what the hell is happening outside. Me, I can't. 501, hurry up. Go out and look for me right now. Me, why don't you go? 501, none of your business. 203, you wanna die, huh? You want to end up like 303? Did you forget how I beat her? 501, if you don't want to die, then get out there for me. Now. I gripped my phone, my knuckles white. 501, I'm talking to you. Answer me. Did you go out yet? Hurry. I order you to go out. 501, believe it or not, I'll kill you later. Me, I don't think you'll get the chance. 501, you think I don't dare? Let me tell you, 203, I've had it with you for a long time. How do you think you lost your grad school materials? Who do you think reported you for cheating on the exam? You think you're so great? I can't stand that attitude of yours, like everyone owes you something. Who the fuck do you think you are, acting all high and mighty? 501, you just wait. You just fucking wait. Me, I don't think I'll have to. Look at the group chat. At this moment, in the group chat, the teacher posted a photo. In a bathroom stall, 501 was squatting, frantically typing on her phone keypad. It was taken by someone above her, looking down. Teacher, found her. 202, no challenge at all. 301, so stupid. 302, I wondered where she'd hide. 402, damn, so close. 403, you beat me to it. Finally, 303 added a reminder. Then why haven't you killed her yet? Teacher, doing it now. After he said this in the chat, a blood-curdling scream echoed throughout Dorm 5. The lights in the hallway outside all lit up. On the balcony, something was thrown down. It was 501's body, hacked in half, broken and hanging on the security bars outside a balcony, apparently not quite dead yet. And then, a message from 301 came, where are you? Tell me. Tell me. He was desperate. He wanted to know where I was. Bang! There was a lot of noise outside. Someone was frantically banging on a door, on 203's door. The flimsy door lock had already been smashed off. Clank. It was the sound of a knife chopping at the door. 301, the real 303, trying to warn me, was desperately sending me messages. He's here. The psycho killer is here. Run. Run now. The door to 203 was violently smashed open. He rushed into 203. After a long silence, The teacher killer sent a message in the chat, damn it, got played. 303, me too. Teacher killer, she's not in 203. 303, then where is she? Teacher killer, with you, right? 303, then come find me, hee hee. Teacher killer, okay. I heard from the hallway outside. Clang. It was the sound of a knife hitting the stair railing. He was going up. I got up and walked to the door. Outside was still terrifyingly quiet. A message from 301 popped up. Go quickly, to the first floor, the teacher's office. Run. Run. I opened the door of room 204 and ran downstairs. That's right, I wasn't in 203. The bathroom in 203 had backed up tonight, and the smell was so strong I couldn't sleep. I found the key on the doorframe of room 204 and moved in there. The teacher killer had peered through the cracks of every door on the second floor but hadn't found any trace of me. That's why I also saw those eyes from 204. He couldn't find me anywhere on the second floor. So he most likely thought I was still in 203, just hiding. Although I moved very quietly, I still alerted the teacher killer. Ha ha ha. You almost tricked me. He grinned hideously, wearing a blood-soaked raincoat, a gleaming dagger in his hand, and peeked out from the stairwell. I'll kill you. His eyes flashed with a bloodthirsty light. He vaulted down the stairs, gripping his knife, and slashed viciously at me. The knife hit the wall, sending sparks flying. I ran downstairs for dear life, him laughing maniacally and chasing wildly behind me. He gripped the knife tightly, dragging it along the stairs, making a deathly scraping sound. I desperately ran towards the first floor. Just as I rounded a corner, I felt a sharp chill behind my head. He had almost hit me. The entire second floor was covered in blood. 202 lay in the hallway, eyes wide with unwillingness, crawling towards her door, her neck slashed. The remaining half of 501's body fell from upstairs with a thud, landing outside the iron gate. I was so scared I felt nauseous. Using all my strength, I ran to the door of the teacher's office. The teacher's office door was open. I rushed in and locked the door behind me. Before I could even catch my breath, my eyes were filled with a vast expanse of red. The teacher was slumped face up on his desk, with more than a dozen wounds on his back, long dead. He had been killed too. Bang! The killer outside was desperately ramming the door. My phone rang. Get the keys. Right. The keys. The keys to the main iron gate were on the teacher's body. Suppressing my fear, I lifted the teacher's clothes, but the keys that should have been on his belt were gone. I frantically searched the room. Couldn't find them anywhere. 202 posted a photo in the group chat. It was the keys from the teacher's belt. Not just one set, he had taken the spare keys too. 202 killer, looking for these? 303, you really thought of everything. I almost collapsed to the floor in despair. In the teacher's office, I only found a screwdriver. The noise outside quieted down a bit. I carefully walked to the door, mentally prepared for a life or death struggle. A huge bang. A sharp axe blade appeared right in front of my eyes. The killer had gotten a fire axe. Through the crack he'd chopped open, I saw his terrifying, murderous glare. It was almost a reflex. As he leaned closer to the crack, I viciously stabbed forward with the screwdriver in my hand. Thrust. Blood trickled in through the door crack. He clutched his eye, letting out a painful, ferocious howl. I'll kill you. Ah. I'll kill you. I unlocked the door and forcefully knocked him to the ground. I raised the screwdriver and stabbed him a dozen times. He kept screaming in pain. He grabbed my wrist, knocked the screwdriver from my hand, then grabbed my head and slammed it hard onto the floor. I fell, dazed. He stepped on my head, grinding it down, and spat out a mouthful of bloody froth. He bent down to pick up the fire axe from the floor. I could barely struggle. Just then, the teacher's phone, which he'd been holding, suddenly rang. He glanced down at it. In that moment of distraction, a figure rushed out from the corner of the stairs. Almost instantly, a knife plunged into his lower abdomen. It was 303. 303 was much shorter than him, but the knife in her hand didn't stop, repeatedly stabbing the killer. The killer, almost instantly, was stabbed until he fell to his knees. 303 then moved behind him, ready to stab him in the neck. Unexpectedly, even then, the killer hadn't lost consciousness. He roared, ignoring the pain, and reached back, grabbing 303's hair. Smack! He violently flung her from behind him to the ground. A huge fist, almost in the blink of an eye, landed on 303's head. He cruelly twisted and broke the hand 303 was holding the knife with, and crushed her knee. Clatter! 303 used all her strength to throw something next to me. Her lips moved, "Run." It was the keys she had snatched from the killer. "None of you will escape." The killer raised the fire axe and chopped the keys, along with a chunk of the floor, into pieces. Then he grabbed 303's head tightly, pressed her against the iron gate, and raised the axe in his hand. I used all my strength to tackle him. But he grabbed my hair and slammed me hard against the iron gate. Just as I lay on the ground, helpless, my consciousness fading, I saw the killer's eyes widen in disbelief. A knife was sticking out of his neck. His eyes lost focus, and blood gushed from his mouth. He didn't understand. Why? He had clearly broken 303's hand. How could she still wield a knife? I struggled to look up. 303 was already dead, her head lolling. The knife, she had taped it to her hand. Even if her hand was broken, it wouldn't fall off. As long as her arm could move, she could stab the killer. A month later, after giving my final statement at the police station, I learned the whole truth. 303 had been constantly bullied at school. 202 slandered her, saying she stole class funds. 301 secretly put razor blades in her towel. 302 tampered with her grad school applications. 402 secretly took photos of her showering and sold them. 403 killed the little cat she often fed downstairs and put its body in her bed. 501 beat her and forced her to drink dirty water from the toilet. She asked the teacher for help but was abused by that animal of an teacher. So that night, 303 planned to kill everyone. She first killed the teacher, then 302. It was after killing 302. 303 saw the teacher, who should have been dead, suddenly speaking in the group chat. She realized then that there was another killer in the building. But, so what? 303 continued, killing 301, 402, and 403. The killer who had snuck into the building saw the teacher's body. And then, from the teacher's phone, saw the murdered 302. He became excited. He also knew there was someone in this building who wanted to kill everyone. He began his hunt. He killed 202, killed 501. Then he used 202's phone to try to trick me into revealing where I was. Meanwhile, 303 used 301's phone to contact me, also wanting to know my location. Unlike the killer who wanted to kill me, 303 didn't want me to die, she wanted me to live. The last time I went back to my dorm room, while packing my things, I found a note. It was written by 303, tucked into one of my books at some point. She wrote, "Thank you, 203. The rice dumplings were delicious." That was at the beginning of the semester. I was sharing rice dumplings in my room. 303 was passing by, and I gave her one. Have one. I brought them from home. Salted egg yolk ones. I turned it over. On the back was a big smiley face, just like the way she smiled in the crowd during freshman orientation.